Maya sat on her worn-out couch, staring at the open laptop on her coffee table. The blinking cursor on the empty inbox felt like a cruel taunt, reminding her of the countless job applications left unanswered. Scattered around her were unpaid bills, their edges curling from being handled too many times. At the top of the pile lay the rent notice, the bold red letters spelling out "Final Notice," sending a wave of panic through her chest. Her fingers trembled as she reached for her phone. She knew what she had to do, but the thought of it twisted her stomach with anxiety. Talking to Daniel was the last thing she wanted, but she was out of options. With a deep breath, she pushed herself off the couch and made her way down the dimly lit corridor to his apartment. Daniel had always been polite but distant, the kind of neighbor who nodded in passing but never lingered for small talk. The idea of exposing her struggles to him, of admitting she couldn't manage on her own, made her skin crawl. But pride wouldn't keep a roof over her head. After 3 hesitant knocks, the door opened. Daniel stood there, his tall frame relaxed, tousled brown hair falling slightly over his forehead, and calm, observant eyes scanning her face. "Hey, Maya," he greeted, his voice warm, his smile easy. "Everything okay?" Her throat tightened. I wanted to talk about the rent." His expression softened. "Come in." She stepped inside, perching on the very edge of his couch, twisting her fingers together. "I'm really sorry," she started, her voice small. "Work has been slow lately and I can't pay this month's rent yet." Her voice cracked and she clenched her fists. "I promise I'll figure something out soon." Maya braced herself for disappointment, for frustration, maybe even for pity. But what she didn't expect was kindness. Daniel leaned forward, his elbows resting on his knees. "Maya, I get it. Life doesn't always go as planned." His tone was gentle, reassuring. "Just tell me what you need, we can work something out." Her eyes widened. "You mean, you're not angry?" He chuckled. "Why would I be? You've always paid on time before. I know you're not trying to take advantage." A lump formed in her throat, and she struggled to hold back tears. Relief crashed over her like a wave. "Thank you," she whispered. In the days that followed, Maya began to notice Daniel's quiet kindness. One evening, she returned home to find a small bag of groceries outside her door, fresh fruit, bread, and a note that read, "Asterisk, hang in there. You've got this." Asterisk. She knew it was from him. A week later, after yet another frustrating job interview, she spotted Daniel sitting on the front steps of the building. He looked up as she approached. "Rough day," Maya sighed. "Feels like I'm stuck in quicksand." "Want some company?" he offered. They sat together, and for the first time Maya let her guard down. She told him about her family back in India, about how she moved to Australia chasing big dreams, only to feel like everything was slipping away. He listened, really listened, and when she was done he simply said, "You're stronger than you think. You'll figure this out." His words lingered long after she returned to her apartment. For the first time in weeks she felt lighter, like she wasn't alone. Days turned into weeks, and her encounters with Daniel became more frequent. It started with casual greetings in the hallway, but soon their conversations stretched longer. He always seemed to show up exactly when she needed someone. After a bad interview, on evenings when her apartment felt suffocatingly silent. One evening, she found him outside her door, holding a small box. "I saw this at the market," he said, handing it to her. Inside was a set of paintbrushes and a sketch pad. "I remember you said you loved painting," he added, almost shyly. Maya smiled, touched. "Thank you. I didn't think you were listening." "I'm always listening," he said softly. It wasn't just kindness. He noticed things. In a world that often felt indifferent, Daniel made her feel seen. One evening he knocked on her door. "There's an art exhibit downtown," he said. "Thought you might want to check it out." She hesitated, unsure if it was pity or genuine interest. But when she met his easy smile, she agreed. The exhibit was beautiful. Bold colors, striking designs. As she admired a piece that blended soft pastels with chaotic strokes, Daniel leaned in. "This one reminds me of you." She raised an eyebrow. "Messy." He grinned. "Messy but strong." She laughed. "I'm not sure if that's a compliment." "It is," he said, his gaze lingering on hers just a moment longer than expected. Something shifted that night. A warmth between them, unspoken but undeniable. Then, one evening, everything almost unraveled. Maya overheard Daniel talking to someone near his apartment door. "She's been going through a tough time," he said. "I've been helping her out." The word stung. Was that how he saw her? A helpless tenant in need of rescue. Embarrassment twisted into frustration. Before she could stop herself, she knocked on his door. Daniel opened it, surprised. "Maya, did you tell people you're helping me?" she blurted. "I don't need charity." His brows furrowed. "Wait, is that what you think?" "I heard you," she shot back. "I don't want people feeling sorry for me." His expression softened. "That's not what I meant," he said firmly. "I wasn't trying to make you feel small." "Then what were you trying to do?" Daniel sighed, running a hand through his hair. "I care about you, Maya." His voice was quieter now. "I wasn't just helping you out of kindness. I wanted to be there for you." Her breath caught. "Why?" "Because I like you," he admitted. "I've liked you for a while." The moments they'd shared, the coffee, the late-night talks, the thoughtful gestures, they all suddenly made sense. "I didn't say anything before because I didn't want you to think I was taking advantage of your situation." He hesitated. "But Maya, I wasn't just being nice to you. I wanted to know you. Really know you." She didn't know how to respond. Her emotions tangled. Frustration, confusion, and something she wasn't ready to name. "I'm scared," she admitted finally. "I've been so focused on surviving, I don't know how to trust something good when it's right in front of me." Daniel smiled gently. "Then let's take it slow." A week later, an email changed everything. The design firm offered her a job. Relief flooded her, and she couldn't wait to tell Daniel. When she knocked on his door, he greeted her with his usual warm smile. "Good news?" he asked, noticing the excitement in her eyes. "I got the job," she beamed. "I can finally catch up on rent." Daniel's smile widened. "I knew you would." That night, as they celebrated on his small balcony, Maya realized something. This wasn't just about kindness or timing. It was something deeper, something steady, something real. And for the first time in a long time, she let herself believe in it.